Hey, it's Tim. It's my second time recording this because it didn't work the first time, but today we're going to be talking about fictives. So this is a question we've been asked a lot, mostly by the people who aren't systems in our life. What is a fictive? Like, what does the term mean? What's it like to be one? Etc, etc. And I thought, hey, I'm a fictive. Why don't I take a crack at it? I apologise for the state of the body's face. I tried to do makeup and it did not go well. It did not go well. So, jumping right into it. What is a fictive? Getting right down to it, a fictive is an alter whose characteristics, like their inner appearance, their name, their gender, etc, etc, are derived from a piece of media. This can be anything. It can be a book, a movie, a show, a podcast, like me, it can be an anime, literally anything. So, how do fictives form? In our experience, so as many probably know, we are autistic, and when we get very attached to a piece of media, it's generally kind of all we can think about when life is happening. So, like, when we are under so much stress that we split, our brain has to find, has to get, another alter, and we take such comfort. I'm sure you can train sorry if you can. We take such comfort from a certain piece of media that it just forms within us as an alter. This is very common for systems. Like, a lot of systems have fictives. A lot of people are very wary of fictives from new media. I'm going to get into why yes but also no later in the video. But yeah, our fictives are different from any other alter. Not really. I mean, obviously, we're different in the case that every alter is different, but so say all of our Hollow Knight fictives, any non-human alter with really detailed memories of a different place would be in the exact same position as them. Alters aren't necessarily special because they're fictives. They're not really different. Yeah, I think. So let's say every system we know has fictives, but not every system we know. But most systems we know, and this isn't just you're not gonna say oh, you only know teenage systems, you don't even have diagnoses. No, we know adult systems without diagnoses, adult systems with diagnoses, and teenage systems with diagnoses. You don't live in the UK, because yes, that can happen. Yeah, they all have fictives. The number varies, but particularly if you're an autistic system, you're likely to have a fair few fictives from any given hyperfixation that you have, and particularly if you have certain splitting patterns like we do, which we're probably going to get into in a whole other video. Yeah, probably going to have fictives. So, okay, if you're a singler, should you treat that alter as their source? I would say for singlets who don't really know their source, I would say no. If they talk about it, then listen, if they're oh my god, this Hornet going oh my god, this is so different from Hollow Nest, what are all these rules, why is everything so different? And listen, try and calm her down, like our friend Jack did in the video that has 500 views. How did that get 500 views? Then, if you're a system obviously it's different, but if you're a singlet, yeah, just treat them like any other alter. You know, we're really not that different. You know, the level of attachment and, like, sameness to Fictive's source, like what they're from, really varies system to system and Fictive to Fictive. We have some Fictives who are extremely similar to their source, and some whose only similarity is, like, internal appearance and name, and that's it. Yeah, okay. Final part of this video, because I don't want to, like, keep it running for too long, because this was supposed to be a short upload. Basically, like, my fictives don't mean fake. Generally, right, the only time that we have seen, like, fake systems, like, I mean, like, genuinely fake systems who've, like, you know, admitted to it, the only time that we've seen that, and the defining thing is a lot of fictives, is when people think that having DID fictives is like kinning a character. Like, kinning a character is like, oh my god, I'm so similar to them, like, I feel like, it's like, oh my god, like, I am them, like, I'm so similar to them. Which it's not. Like, kinning a character is not like having a fictive of a character. And particularly, I mean, I don't really think anyone in the system is particularly like me. I mean, I guess Bo's kind of like me in the sense that we're both kind of energetic, but, you know, that's, yeah, it is different. Yeah, like, the number of fictives you have and whether or not they're from new media or not, you know, it really shouldn't determine a system's validity. I mean, obviously, it's okay to be skeptical, but please don't go out of your way to, like, harass or say that someone is fake just because, like, oh, you have a bunch of fictives from particular media. Like, particularly, there's, like, such a double standard, right? Because we have fictives from, like, old media. Like, we have fictives from The Crucible, which is a really, really, really old play. And, you know, I bet that no one would ever give us shit for the fact that we had fictives from, like, The Crucible. You know, probably no one would, like, give us shit saying, like, we have fictives from Hollow Knight. But if we said we have fictives from, like, I don't know, anything that was new and popular, like our Wednesday fictive, then suddenly it's, oh, that must be fake, oh, that can't be real. And it's like, no, like, that's stupid. Like, I'm just as real as our fictives from, like, really old media. I'm just as real as our fictives from new media, who, the reason I had to stop recording last time was because I accidentally mentioned them and they felt so uncomfortable that they asked me to re-record because they didn't want to be mentioned on the channel and get us fake claimed. And, like, I'm just as similar to our alters who aren't fictives. Like, I'm just as similar to, like, Bo or Mulaney or Z or, yeah. Sorry, that turned into a bit of a rant there. This did not turn out to be a very short upload, but I hope that you learned something. I'm sorry this video was so chaotic. We didn't have any notes, we just kind of wanted to get it done. There's gonna be a cool Meet the Alters video out next, so, like, you know, stay tuned for that. He used a different setup, which, like, it was kind of aesthetic, not gonna lie. Yeah, and also, we're really near to, like, 100 subscribers. Like, oh my gosh, I can't even. We'll probably make, like, a little mini video, or, like, at the very least, like, a long community post going, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. But, yeah, okay. Everyone, have an amazing day. If you have any questions, please post them down in the comments. I'm sure that I missed out a lot. Please feel free to, like, you know, comment your experiences and everything. If you enjoyed this, please remember to like and subscribe. Yeah, everyone have a great day. Bye!